Hey, what's up? I just wanted to do a quick video kind of talking about what I'm actually expecting on N7 Day and kind of my plans when it comes to content and that kind of stuff. So what I'm actually expecting is probably going to be something similar to 2022. I'm thinking a blog, I'm thinking some kind of teaser that may have another like encrypted audio element and things like that. I'm thinking lots and lots of concept art and things like that. On the high side, I really think that maybe we'll get some CG trailer. Maybe we'll get like a dev blog where Mike Gamble and or other people kind of talk about where they're at with the project, what their inspirations are, and so on and so forth. I'm not expecting things like what the game's going to be called. And I do believe it's going to be a subtitle instead of Mass Effect 4 or 5. I don't think we're going to find out the setting of the game, who the main character is, where it takes place, what time frame it takes place. I think all of that stuff is probably decided at this point, and they're probably well within, developing the story and the characters and all of that. I just suspect that they just aren't ready to show that yet, and I'm not expecting those kind of details until after Dragon Age Dreadwolf comes out and they've begun full production on the game, which I'm not expecting until at least a year from now. I really do think 2024 is more likely to be the time that we'll get some bigger reveals and stuff like that. The other thing I have thought about that we could get this year is whatever we get on N7 Day on Tuesday, and then there could be a trailer for the Game Awards in December on December 7th. I think it's more likely that we get a Dragon Age Dreadwolf trailer and maybe even a release date or some kind of anything about that game of when it may be released. The most recent rumors were saying probably like springtime 2024, but who knows? It seems like it's been delayed multiple times internally, and so we'll have to wait for that. So I'm not expecting anything huge, even though myself, the other content creators, and lots of people in the community get all hyped up for N7 Day, especially the last few years when there's always that potential for information about the next game. It really is meant to be a celebration of the franchise and the people making the game or who made the game in the past, as well as the community and the characters and the voice actors and everyone involved. So we put that first, we take any hype and excitement second, and then we go on from there. Now, my plans for N7 Day are fairly complicated. I am taking a couple days off. It's more to do other stuff, but it is also to be able to make content and do those things. So I will obviously do quick little videos and post on Twitter and other social media locations about whatever comes out when it does, doing quick little assessments. I will also do big recaps at the end of Tuesday. I plan on doing a recap video, and then within a day or two of that, maybe a deeper dive into anything that they do show us. On top of that, I will talk about it on my Mass Effect podcast called the Mass Effect Hypecast, which I'll probably put out an episode in late in the week. And then I also plan on doing a podcast with N7 Legend, as well as other content creators in the Mass Effect community over the next month or so to talk about what we find out this N7 Day, how it relates to things that we found out before, and then to do some speculation about the future and what it may mean for what's coming in the next few years up into the release of the next game, which we all cross our fingers and hope is going to happen despite some of the turmoil in the game industry in general, and even specifically at BioWare and so on and so forth. So my advice is to keep expectations low and allow room for you to be surprised and excited about things that we get that we weren't expecting. Assume that we'll get very little and be pumped when we get more than that. That's my advice with gaming in general, and maybe even life, but that's a whole different conversation. If you like Mass Effect, if you like video game news and speculation and all of that, please subscribe to this channel, like this video if you did, and leave a comment down below if you have something to say or to just say hello. I can now take membership, so if you like the content I make, I have over 100 Mass Effect videos, as well as my Mass Effect podcast and a bunch of other stuff I do on here. If you want to support that, become a member. You can also go over to patreon.com/BondDiesel and support there. You can go over to Twitch and use your free Prime sub to throw me a few bucks there. or you can just check out my content, and that's really all I ask anyone to do. I have a couple podcasts called The Bonfire. That's a weekly gaming news podcast that you can check out right here on YouTube or on all podcast platforms. Same story with Mass Effect Hypecast, where I talk about the upcoming game, and obviously we'll be talking about this N7 day, past ones, and having guests on there to discuss anything to do with the future of Mass Effect. And I believe that's all I have for now. And that's all I have for this video. So until next time.